Warning, this video contains spoilers. Squid Game 2 was released recently, and every time you watch it, you probably notice new details. In today's video, we will explore the incredible details you might have missed in Squid Game 2. Let's dive into the video. One of the most striking details in Squid Game 2 is related to the Frontman. In the first season, it was revealed that Il-Nam, as player 001, was the mastermind behind all the games. However, despite this major revelation, it is remarkable that Gi-hun fails to recognize the signs that the Frontman might also be a traitor in the second season. This suggests that Gi-hun continues to approach situations with surprising naivety. Much like in the first season, his inability to perceive the manipulations around him once again highlights his trusting nature and lack of awareness. Speaking of the Frontman, have you noticed how skillfully he manipulates Gi-hun? He uses subtle references to events from the first season to confuse him. One interesting detail about the Frontman's appearance is his hairstyle, which resembles Sang-woo's. Could this be a deliberate choice to affect Gi-hun emotionally? Another noteworthy detail is what could be called the milk scene. In the first season, Gi-hun gave his milk to Ali, explaining that he couldn't drink plain milk. In the second season, in a similar scene, we see the Frontman giving milk to a pregnant woman for the same reason. This serves as yet another clue that the Frontman meticulously plans every detail. There was also a suspicious incident during the bonding game. When the Frontman left the group, no one saw where he went. Upon his return, he made a veiled statement saying, "If you're charismatic like me, this game is easy." This implies that he avoided participating in the game to ensure his survival and bent the rules in his favor to conceal his identity. In the same game, the Frontman's prediction about the group numbers was particularly noteworthy. His forecast that 6 and 2 players would remain in the last 2 rounds was actually a significant clue, almost as if he had predetermined the course of events. This season also unveiled another intriguing detail. The Frontman mentions that he saw Gi-hun the morning after the games in Season 1. However, in Season 2, we see him wearing a horse mask as he enters the hut. This clearly illustrates that nothing has truly changed and that the players are still under his control. Another interesting detail is the Frontman's reference to the meaning of numbers. During a conversation with Gi-hun, he sarcastically remarks, "My name means 1, and I'm number 1. Your name means last name, and you're number 456. His laughter at this coincidence highlights the ironic and patronizing side of his character. The Frontman's wry smile at Gi-hun's notions of sacrifice and striving for the greater good is another intriguing detail. This reaction not only reflects his cynical worldview, but also hints at possible developments in the third season. Additionally, the Frontman's extraordinary fighting skills are worth noting. These abilities suggest that he likely has a background in security forces or the military. However, Gi-hun either chooses to ignore these skills or is unwilling to acknowledge them. Another notable detail about the numbers is that the numbers on the playing cards have been altered. Squid Game's card number has been changed to 456, which was Gi-hun's number in the competition. This serves as yet another example of the Frontman's psychological manipulations. Finally, did you know that there was an issue with the phone number used in the first season of the show? It belonged to a real Korean woman who was inundated with harassing calls. Due to this problem, Netflix had to edit the relevant scenes and replace the number with a different one. Let's talk about a remarkable detail in the second game, the Frontman's spinning top scene. He fails on his first attempt with his right hand but succeeds when he switches to his left. This detail is no coincidence. In Season 1, we saw that he was left-handed during the scene where he shot his brother in the shoulder. It's clear that the Frontman deliberately prolonged this game. His aim wasn't just to make Gi-hun uncomfortable, it was also a strategic move to reduce the advantage of Gi-hun's group. On a deeper level, it was a psychological game designed to gain the group's trust. The group arrangements in the final game were also part of the Frontman's plans. Specifically, putting Gi-hun's team at a disadvantage during the 6 relay games was a calculated move. This strategy allowed the Frontman to protect himself by ensuring that, if his true identity was revealed, he could eliminate the entire group. This is why his initial failure in the spinning top game angered him. If he had failed entirely, he would have been forced to eliminate Gi-hun earlier than planned, jeopardizing the hero role he intended to maintain until the 7th episode. A detail about the food sheds light on the deeper messages of the series. In Korean culture, rice rolls are never eaten with a fork, or they are traditionally served by hand or with wooden chopsticks. However, in Squid Game, players are given forks. This choice is no coincidence. Forks can also serve as potential weapons. By providing forks, the organizers deliberately create opportunities for players to harm each other. A similar situation occurs in Season 1 when Gi-hun is served steak. The fact that the players are given metal knives in this scene clearly indicates that the organizers are encouraging them to eliminate each other. It becomes evident that the frontman incorporates these tools as part of a calculated plan to increase conflict among the players. These subtle details demonstrate that the show focuses not only on physical challenges, but also on testing the psychological limits of the participants. Let's talk about a remarkable character in the second season, the Fisherman. Although he appears benevolent on the surface, it's evident that he is actually working against the main characters. What are the signs that reveal this? In one scene when In-ho is mentioned, the fisherman immediately asks, "Is he the guy who won before?" A notably suspicious question. The researcher's uneasy response, "Did Yun-ho tell you that?" reveals that the fisherman knows things he shouldn't normally know. The fisherman's behavior regarding technology also raises doubts. He pretends not to know how the drone works and even mispronounces its name, which is clearly a deliberate act. This ruse is meant to divert suspicion when it's revealed that the drone was sabotaged. His rescue of the policeman is another suspicious act. It seems too convenient that the fisherman was in the right place at the right time to save him, especially after the officer mentioned that the island's numbered in the hundreds. This supports the idea that the fisherman is working for the frontman, who wants to keep his brother alive. As stated in Season 1, the frontman loves his brother despite everything and desires to have him by his side. Additionally, the fisherman's repeated efforts to mislead the task force, set traps in the bay, and detonate explosives clearly show that he is part of the frontman's plans. It's evident that he has been acting as a paid mole for the past 2 years. The fisherman's claim that he is helping the police for free also lacks credibility. Pretending to assist for free could actually be a cover for the money or information he's receiving from the frontman. These details strongly suggest that the fisherman is working for the frontman's team, playing a strategic role to further their plans. These are the details we noticed in Season 2 of Squid Game. If there are any other details we might have missed, feel free to share them in the comments section.